Hello, I'm Joanna Bowen from Joanna Bowen Wellness, and today I'm here to cover your ask. Today's ask comes from Tina C. in Vancouver, and Tina wants to know, what should I eat when I'm traveling? That is a great question, Tina, and it's one that I have wrestled with myself. I am a fellow traveler, and I consider myself to be a little bit of a nomadic nutritionist these days as I travel around the Lower Mainland in British Columbia. So I would have a couple of questions for you to help guide this answer a little bit more. But what I'll try to do is explain the thinking process so that you can make these decisions for yourself. But basically what I want to know, we'll start with, do you have any food restrictions that you follow when you're home, whether it's a gluten-free diet or a vegetarian diet or anything like that? Whatever those food restrictions are, we want to bring those into the answer, and they're actually going to form the base of a larger pyramid that we're building. So if you don't have any food sensitivities, awesome, or if you don't have any restrictions in place, that widens the game right up. But if you do, we certainly want to bring those into the conversation. So the second question I would want to ask is, where are you going? Believe it or not, your destination will change my answer. The next thing I'd want to know is, how long are you going for? Is your trip, 2 weeks or less, or is it a long 6 months to a year journey around the world? And again, that will change my answer for you. So I'll try to do my best to help you think through the thought process that I'm going through so that you can figure out how to build your pyramid on your own. And I'll try to do it in a way that people from across the board, whether they're going on a short trip or a long trip, would also gain information from this. So most people tend to go on short trips, usually 2 weeks or less, and quite often they're going to destination locations, places where they want to unwind or where they're traveling specifically to explore the culture. And let's be honest, food is a huge part of culture. So if you, for example, were traveling to Peru and you wanted to try a pisco sour, go for it. I would be devastated to hear that somebody traveled to Italy and didn't indulge in the rich food culture, the vibrant food culture that's there. Or same thing with India. There are just so many places around the world where you just can't really appreciate the fullness of the space unless you involve all of the senses, which includes the sense of taste as well. If, however, you're going on a trip to somewhere that is less exotic, more something that you're familiar with, and you don't feel the need to indulge yourself in the culture through the medium of food, then I would have a different set of recommendations. So what I'm doing at the moment, because I'm on a long road trip, is I travel with what I call my smoothie box. And my smoothie box consists of, first and foremost, my personal blender, which is an investment that I made, probably spent about $90 on this maybe 3 years ago. Best money I've ever spent. And it's portable, it's easy to work with, and I can, roam around pretty much the country with it. This is my smoothie kit, and inside I've got all these different ingredients. So I've got pumpkin seeds, which are a fantastic source of protein. I've got flax seeds in here, and they're all in this container so that if one of the bags were to open up or spill, my clothing and the rest of my luggage wouldn't be damaged. But I've got some great stuff in here. There's cinnamon, which is fabulous for blood sugar, and it's a natural sweetener. Maca, which tastes like caramel and is a great adaptogenic to help reduce stress. This is a blend of spirulina, chlorella, wheatgrass. Lots of great proteins in some of these greens as well. What I do is I start my smoothie out with all the dried stuff. So I throw the flax seed, the chia seed, the pumpkin seed, all these powders into the blender before anything else, and I whip that up into my own little personalized protein powder. If you don't have the time and energy to do that, or don't want to stop at a bulk barn before you travel, then you also have the option of just buying the ready-made stuff like this. So this is a ready-made hemp protein powder. It comes in a single serve envelope, so it's all easy and done for you. And that's a good option if you don't want to do the bulk barn method that I'm doing. But bulk barn is a great way to go, efficient and inexpensive, and you know exactly what's going into your stuff. And then as you travel, stop along the way and pick up fresh fruit, fresh vegetables, fresh greens, spinach, kale, broccoli, whatever you want to put in your smoothies. General rule of thumb, try to put in more vegetables than fruits. Fruits should be reasonably minimal. Just go to town with the smoothies. Now, if you're traveling by air, you can put all of this stuff into checked luggage, no problem. But if you're only traveling with a carry-on bag, you're going to have to rethink this again. So rather than traveling with a smoothie maker, which does have blades in it, as you can see, doesn't go over very well with security, you may want to make a decision to leave this smoothie kit at home. Now, if you're going with checked luggage, bring it. But carry-on luggage, not so much. So in a situation like that, I would recommend that you just make a financial investment in buying green smoothies at your destination. Whatever you want. If you want to do the green smoothie route and pay money for it, awesome. If you want to do it yourself and stay more in control of your finances, awesome. You've got choices. I would say overall, my general rule is not to stress out about it. If you are treating your body well, as a general rule of thumb, day in, day out while you're at home, your body's going to remember that and it's going to bounce back quickly to that when you return home. So if you are indulging in fantastic food because it's part of the culture, that's one thing. If you're running around from fast food restaurant to fast food restaurant and grabbing French fries at McDonald's, that's not really what I'm talking about. That's not culture. Everybody knows that vegetables are good for you, and everybody knows that sweets and desserts are not as good for you. So of course you want to bring your common sense into this idea of indulging in food culture. So I would encourage you to make your decisions based on what you know is healthy for you, what fits in with your existing food restrictions that you may have in place, the cost involved, where you're going, how long you're going for. Come up with a solution that works for you and cut yourself some slack, especially if it's a short trip. I know for me that if I eat one smoothie a day, green smoothie, like we're talking spinach and kale, pumpkin seeds, spirulina, chlorella, wheatgrass, all good ingredients, my body has got a great head start to make the most of that day. So if you're traveling and you want to start your day off with that or even have it for lunch, go right ahead. If you want to up the ante still and continue on your healthy journey, throw a salad into the mix. Why not, right? Depending on, again, where you are and what your options are for eating, you can choose the healthier option. If you're wondering how you can get me to cover your ask, head on over to the Facebook page at www.facebook.com/Joanna Bowen Wellness. You can use the comments box to post your question using the hashtag #CoverYourAsk. So until next time, I'm Joanna with Joanna Bowen Wellness.